the band couldn't come to an agreement on the script. Like, I guess, like, I think when they heard the pitch, they got like, oh yeah, and then Freddie Mercury dies, and they just went, okay, yeah, cool. And then what's the second act? They go, well, no, that's the movie. The movie ends. It's like, no, fuck you. Our band is still around.
Yeah.
And so I think after that, Cohen just kind of went, done. Nope.
Yeah.
Deuces.
I mean, I really like Rami Malek, the guy who's playing Freddie Mercury. He's on Mr. Robot. He's really a talented actor.
Is that the star?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's the star of Mr. Robot. He
looks
around.
great.
He's been around. Yeah, he looks, I mean, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So my brother saw it. I have to ask him if he liked it or not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that Sacha Baron Cohen was signed on for that.
Yeah, because I'd been following it during that period because I'm like, I don't like Sacha Baron Cohen, but like I think he's incredibly talented at what he does.
He is. I will argue that in a lot of ways he's one of the more. No, that's not. I think he's a really underratedly talented actor because of what he does.
Sure,
but his ability to play characters, even though they're to the extreme, is amazing. I mean, it's absolutely, his character work is incredible.
Yeah, he absolutely loses himself into a character, which is just remarkable.
And we could argue the artistic merits of what he does on his own work. He's great in other people's stuff too.
Yeah.
We can argue like the other shit that he does and why he does it, but like just his technical powers of an actor, I think he's great. I think he would have been a great Freddie Mercury because he looks the part, but he also would have played that role incredibly well.
Yeah.
I just think his choices as an actor and what he does artistically, I think stunt him at times.
Have you seen what's his new show called? You're Welcome America or whatever?
No, I've watched stuff from it and like it's
not
okay.
good.
It's not good.
It's not. It's amusing to an extent, but it's lacking a certain, I think, intentionality. I think is what it's lacking because they are all very unscripted segments because he's he obviously has a goal in mind and he's trying to lead these people towards it. Because it's not scripted, it lacks that specific intentionality that really drives home the message.
Like what was it, Ali G and like
yeah.
So it's funny when I look at that and to not get too political in it, but like,
well, I mean, at least that show is inherently political.
So here's the thing, like I think politically and policy wise, I probably agree with a lot that he does, just in terms of like, I'm very liberal, all that jazz.
Right.
But even for me, I think in the time and place that we are, there's like, you can either cross that line and you're saying I'm crossing this line because of things that are happening on the other side, or you can try to like walk that line and prove a point without going too far. And I think he just, especially in the time and the stuff that's going on, I think he just goes too far. And I don't think I would have felt that way when I was 20 or 21. I think at 33, like that's where I've become a little more conservative. I was like, you can pull out these things and paint how ridiculous this is. But I think sometimes he goes just like, it's one too far.
I've definitely become a bigger fan of like the John Oliver, the Daily Show style of political commentary than the Ali G, You're Welcome America style of social commentary.
Yeah. And not that it doesn't have a place. It's just not. I think I've just outgrown it a little bit.
It's like Jackass. When I was 15 years old, it was the funniest thing in the world. I think I saw a clip of like, first of all, I found out they're still doing that crap.
Oh yeah.
That's horrifying. Yeah. Like that he is still like that he still has testicles, let alone able to get kicked in them. Like it's just
we can assume that they don't work anymore. They've gone numb.
Oh God, I don't. Can we just get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Right. Hey everybody, welcome to Two Dumb Dads. I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
And this is episode 40 for November, whatever the hell day we're releasing this on.
We're recording November 2nd.
We're recording November 2nd. It should have come out November 2nd. It's probably not going to. No. So by now you've noticed we keep missing deadlines. Yeah, Miles was sick. Thea was perfectly fine, but we had problems. So anyway, point is, if you're hearing this, you've probably already noticed that the final episode of Fantabulous Fright Fest is out. It's a good one. I really like that episode. It's a heartfelt thing, full of a lot of our history as friends and whatever.
Do you know something I realized with the last episode of Fright?
Shit. What I do?
No. I was just saying, filming the movie Fright Massacre, I made a realization. It's crazy what lighting can do, because there's one scene where I look just cut and jacked, and then there's a scene where I was like, I still look like I'm muscular, but like I just had one too many burritos. Lighting can do a lot for a person.
I think it might be positioning as well, quite frankly.
It probably, and tidy whities, but still.
Tidy whities look good on nobody.
This is true.
Maybe Chris Pratt.
Truth.
But so, anyway, point is, we got all that. It's coming. It's there. Go find it. It's fun. We're just going to dive right into it, though. So, adventures in parenting. Nick, what do you want to talk about?
I guess I should talk about the fact that Miles was really sick for the last week. It was probably the scariest sick that we've dealt with as parents.
Yeah.
Like, we dealt with the surgery, and that was what it was, but that was planned, right? You know that's coming. You kind of know what to expect. So, I guess this 2 weeks ago, we kind of have this now. We started this like weekend tradition where we go to the apple orchard, and they have like a winery there. So like we'll get a drink, and they have music and a puppet show. And Miles likes to ride the tractor around the apple orchard. So we had been doing that like every Saturday, because it's other than the gas and like the one drink we buy, it's a fairly free thing to go do, right?
Sure.
And he likes it. So we got there, and he usually naps on the way up. We wake him up and whatever. And he was really crappy, and we couldn't quite figure it out. And then we got him in the car. We went to a drive-in movie, because we're like, oh, this is perfect. We'll go to a drive-in movie. He'll sleep. We'll watch a movie. And we got home, and all of a sudden Sarah's like, man, he feels really warm. And so we took his temperature. It was like 100 or something. So we put him to bed. We wake up the next morning, and now his temp's up to like 102, 103. He won't take aspirin. So we call, and then it gets up to 105, which is like, that's fucking high. And
it's really high.
And we're doing the head swipe thermometer, so it's not perfectly accurate. So we call our doctor, and they're like, well, is it just a fever? Is he coughing? And we're like, no. She's like, okay, just bring him in on Monday. Just keep it monitored. Try to give him Tylenol. And then all of a sudden he throws up, and he throws up again. So we call him, and they're like, okay, you need to take him to the doctor. So we go to the ER, and we're in the ER for a couple hours. And it turns out that he has an ear infection and most likely strep throat on top of all this. So they do intravenous antibiotics to get his fever down. And then I keep him home on Tuesday. He seems like we go into the doctor on Monday. He's feeling better. We get him checked. I keep him home on Tuesday. Wednesday he goes to daycare, and now he started breaking out in a rash. So I have to cancel my classes, go pick him up. I take him to the doctor. She's like, well, I don't know if it's antibiotics, so give it to him one more day. We'll see what happens. Okay. We do that. We take him back to daycare the next morning. He has the rash again, so we have to take him back to the doctor.
Oh man.
The whole time he's just not happy. I had to cancel work all that week. It sounds awful. It was, and my wife's heading into an event, so she couldn't stay home. So it was really like trade-off. Like I had him in the day, she'd get home and really take care of him.
Right.
But it was just hard, because he had all these different things wrong, and you're trying to troubleshoot them. And as soon as one thing got remedied, we ran into another one. And like, I really like our doctor. The doctor we used to have, it's all the same people. The doctor we used to have moved. So now we have another doctor who we like, who's very nice. My only problem, and this is where like as a parent, I finally got frustrated. So this particular doctor, who you know as well, like she's very parent focused. Like, what do you want to do? What do you think as a parent? And that's all well and good. My kid's 105-degree fever. I just want you to tell me what the fuck to do.
Right.
And like, that was like with this whole thing. She's like, well, let's try this. I'm like, okay, great. My kid has a rash. And it's like, I need you to figure something out. Like,
fix it. Don't worry about how I feel. Just fix my kid.
And that's the one. So I finally had this realization with the doctor we have, as much as and she was great. Like she got us in the next day. She was really good. But like, as a parent, I finally had that moment of, because nothing. You're like, fix it. It's like, tell me what's going on. I don't want you to maybe think it's a rash because of the virus. Maybe it's antibiotic. Well, if it's antibiotic, should I stop? Should I give it to him? I don't want to do one more day. I want you to fix this.
Right.
And I know that might be really irrational for me as a parent, but it was really difficult to deal with that. It was really scary because you just couldn't. He just wasn't rebounding, and he's pretty good about rebounding. It was hard. It was a hard week. And then I remember, then you take it out on everyone around you. Like, I remember you texting me something. I was like, I can't deal with this right now.
Right. And I think that's one of those, like, it's those difficult things to be aware of in the moment, where the doctor's trying to both keep you calm and also trying to kind of troubleshoot what could be the issue. So in telling you like, look, we're going to do this another day, what they're trying to say is like, okay, look, we have to find out if this is the antibiotics or if this is the illness. And the only way to do that is to try the antibiotics.
And
but in your panic, there's just like, I don't like, there's no, all I can think is my kid is sick. This thing I love more than the world is like, could possibly be dying right now. Make sure that doesn't happen.
And it's so funny too. You're just like, doctors are like people. Everyone communicates differently. Right. And like, that doesn't make them any more effective as a doctor in any way, shape, or form.
Well, no, it does. Like, it makes them more or less effective, because I think a large part of a doctor's job is to communicate what the issue is.
But I think it's funny because we share the same doctor now. It's like the things that you really like about it, the things in these moments make me really frustrated. Where the other doctor we had was very much more like, you go do this now. And we're like, okay. Yeah. Because like when we always do his charts for his growth and stuff, which we're going to come up here again, the old doctors, be like, is this okay? He's like, do I sound concerned? We're like, no. He's like, okay, when I'm concerned, you can be concerned. We're like, all right, I like that. Or this doctor's like, oh no, it's fine. What do you think? And you're like, I know you're really good at your job because you take good care of my kid when he's there. But I'm like, I want you just to tell me what to do all the time in terms of his medical. Right. Does he need vaccine? Tell me when to bring him in for this right now. Like, so it's interesting too that this happened now when we're with a new primary care provider. So that was an adjustment too. But he's doing good now. He's feeling a lot better, which is great. So that's kind of my adventure today. I was doing with our first emergency room visit.
Right. Cool.
So what's yours, friendo?
So I wish I had something better, but honestly, my adventure in dadding is going to be what we talk about for our main topic this week, which is Halloween. So rather than using this for adventures in dadding, I'm just going to say, how about we dive into our topic, and I'll start it off.
Sure. Can I ask you one question?
Okay.
Where does Halloween rank on your power ranking of holidays?
Okay, well, let me see. Christmas is number one.
I know.
Like, definitively number one.
Yeah.
Easter's probably up there because, again,
really?
Candy.
Okay. All right.
I could care less about like the holiday, but candy.
Yeah, but that's part of the holiday.
Thanksgiving, in my mind, doesn't really exist, but I would still put it above Halloween.
Really?
I think Halloween is right down there, probably above Columbus Day because racism.
Yeah,
and probably just below St. Patrick's Day because it's a day when I can just stay inside with a good excuse.
Wow. All right.
I'm not a Halloween fan. I don't like, it's not that it's not that I'm
Hater.
actively, I don't like dressing up. I don't like how, I don't like how the culture of Halloween is women should dress up in the sluttiest thing they can find. And it's a good excuse for everybody to just go, be stupid.
So you hate SantaCon too as well?
Oh, I despise SantaCon. SantaCon is first of all, SantaCon is not a holiday. That is a big city tradition that needs to burn.
We should talk about Santa Claus when it happens.
My God. I made a mistake of taking when Thea was first, or when she was first born, or when my wife was pregnant, we went into the city on SantaCon just on accident.
Oh, okay.
Biggest mistake of my life.
You're like, I chose poorly.
For anybody who doesn't know, SantaCon is when every frat house person in New York City decides to dress up as Santa Claus, and every sorority person dresses up like an elf or maybe Santa Claus, and just goes out and gets sloppy drunk starting at 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's white people are shitty day. That's what it is.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Anyway. So my Halloween, that being said, I was transitioning into our topic. I was actually excited about Halloween this year because last year we went trick-or-treating, but Thea was still too young to really understand what was going on. But this year she was really excited about it. We took her to the store to pick out her costume.
What was she, Chris?
She was a candy corn witch.
What are you? Candy corn witch. It was awesome. Candy corn witch.
We'll get there. So she was really excited about being a candy corn witch. She'd been saying trick or treat around the house for a couple of weeks now. Just kind of, I don't know if she was practicing or if she'd just been hearing it in books and everything. And so it was her current thing to say. But she was really excited about the holiday. And so I was really excited to take her trick or treating and do all the things. And then I realized I worked. As a college professor, I have, a schedule of classes, and subsequently my schedule just happened to be on Halloween, and I was going to be in Manhattan, an hour away from where I live, and 2 hours away from my family. until about 7:00. So I didn't get to see anything. I thought about canceling class. I thought about rescheduling, finding a substitute, all of those options that I have available to me.
Yeah.
But due to a series of events the prior week, none of them were able to happen. And so I missed it. I missed the Halloween party at school. I missed trick-or-treating. I missed seeing my daughter in her costume more or less entirely.
Yeah.
And it was rough. It was a really rough day for me, knowing that that my daughter was excited and that she wanted me there, and that I wasn't able to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that was a really rough holiday for me. So like you said, you got to see Candy Corn Witch and like how excited she was. I completely missed it.
Which is funny because at the time, to make sure she wasn't that excited when I got there.
Yeah.
Because I also had to work in the morning. I didn't have class in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. For various reasons, because I missed it last year and I was like, I'm not missing it again.
Sure.
Because it's, for me, power ranking, it's right up there.
Yeah.
So you got home at 7. So what was Thea's Halloween experience
So to the best of my knowledge, they try to go trick-or-treating at school, where my wife works, as you've all heard many times over now.
And I was there for that.
And so they went out to a house, got a piece of candy. Somebody had to go back to the school, and so the whole group had to go home. They went back out a little while later, and I guess I don't know if like the group went out or just Thea and Aaron went out.
We were gone at that point.
But either way, my understanding is it's like Thea tried to go to the second house, or rather, my wife tried to take Thea to a second house, and once she had like realized she was going to have to interact with people, her anxiety crept back up. Her shyness was like, no, I'm all done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And so she didn't go trick-or-treating.
Okay.
And of course, in my head, all I can think is like, did she need Big Daddy? Did she need her like giant, massive father to like hold her hand and stand there as protection to help her like manage trick-or-treating? And like, I'm sure that's not the case because mommy was there and mommy is like the goddess of the world. Mm-hmm. But there's always that thought of like, well, maybe if I was there, like maybe having both of her parents there would have changed things and it would have worked out better.
It's the parent guilt.
It is. I missed it. I didn't get to see it. Like not only didn't, and like it may have been better if she had a lot of fun. Like it would have felt worse for me.
Yeah.
Knowing that I didn't get to see her have that joy. But knowing that she didn't have the joy and I wasn't there to try and help her fix things, it feels worse.
Yeah, I know that my wife deals with that a lot because I'm home more than she is. Yeah, I think that's really hard. I mean, it was one of the reasons why I forgot his costume last year. So, there's that. That was one reason why I wanted to make sure that I was there. But, I think also... I think there's, with our kids, and I try to remember this even for this year because I was afraid that was what was going to happen. You're going to have like 1 or 2 Halloweens your kid doesn't like it because they're just too little for it. Like either they like their costume, then they don't. And so I was like preparing for like, this is that year, right? It's this year or next year. That's the like anti-Halloween year because they just don't want to do it. So that's probably more of what it is. It's the build-up is fun, but the execution of it might not be.
And eventually there's going to be peer pressure that'll help her enjoy it, right? Like even if she's anxious about going to doors, like all of her friends will be going in their costumes, having fun, laughing, enjoying it. And so she'll have that peer pressure to try it and learn to enjoy it.
There's also the fact that she'll be more cognizant of what is actually happening too. Sure. Because she's still 2. So there's
she knows about getting candy. But she is a pro at getting candy.
But do you think she understands all the connections of like, I go to this door, I say trick or treat, they give me a candy, I leave, I go to the next one?
I think so, but I don't know so.
I would be hesitant.
Look, I don't know the cognitive whatever, but what I'll say is like classical conditioning, she certainly has said trick or treat at home and at school and gotten candy from it enough times that it makes me wonder. But again, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But what was your Halloween like?
It started out the same way. So I took him.
Well, not the same way, but
I mean, I had to work
the opposite of the same way.
I had to work, so I took him to school. I had canceled my classes so that I could do Halloween. I had planned this ahead of time. So, like, I had let my class know.
Unless anybody we work with is listening, at which point Nick taught all of his classes.
I did, taught all of my classes for the whole day. Went to rehearsal. But I wanted to go. I wanted to see it. I missed the party because I had work in the morning. So I went out for the trick-or-treating after his nap. So I woke him up, got him. He didn't want to wear his costume. Got him in his costume.
What was his costume?
Baby shark.
I'm sorry. I can't go any further.
Baby shark for Halloween.
That's adorable, though.
Baby shark for Halloween. So it was great. So we went with them to the one house that they then had to go home because no one answered. Another student came. So then we went to our other friend's house where we all went last year to go trick-or-treating up there because they got some good candies. And we just hadn't seen them in a while. And it was okay. So Miles definitely enjoyed it. Again, he definitely did not make the connection of like, door candy, I get candy, just because he, first of all, isn't candy centric. So,
yeah.
But what he would do is he'd walk up.
How does that kid not like candy still?
Doesn't eat it.
Well, how is that a possibility? You would think he would be around all of his friends, and just from like the insistence of stealing crap, it'd be like, no, that's my candy, son.
I think, well, one, it's not in our house.
I know, but it's at school. I mean, if nothing else, he should be able to sniff it out on Thea. Thea is just coated in a layer of chocolate these days.
He's not a sweets kid. Like, he likes vanilla wafers, and he likes, like, he's not big on fruit. Like, he'll eat apples. He likes salty stuff.
I am going to break that kid. I am going to break him like a horse. I'm going to, like, put a saddle of chocolate in his mouth and just like, you're going to chew on this, son. Chew it.
I mean, please do. I would love, because then you could take him to do that stuff. But I think he's more so like, I like sweet stuff, but I like salty stuff more. Mm-hmm. So I'd much rather have like corn chips and something than like a bunch of cookies. He loves French fries. Same thing. I think it's that salty. I think that's just what he likes, and I'm kind of that way. Like, I get burned out on sweet stuff quickly.
Sure.
So he did, it went well though. So first things we had to realize that he wanted to go into everybody's house. So we had to like knock on the door. Yeah. He got the first house. We got up there. Our friend's kid was totally into it. Like, trick or treat. Thank you. Took the candy and went. He's also almost 3. So, so Miles like knocks on the first door and tries to go inside, and then I stop him, and he has kind of like throws a mini fit. So what we started doing was,
damn, you got that HD Rumble, don't you? Can I get that Playboy? Can I get that?
Can I get it?
Can I really want to get that TV.
But he did he liked walking into the house.
You got the Baby Shark on that TV? You got Elmo?
Can I get me some Elmo? We ended up picking him up with the door would open. They'd hand him the candy, put the candy in the basket, and he'd walk to the next house, and he had a really good time doing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so our Halloween was really good in that way. Like, it's our candy. We're going to eat it. Because he doesn't eat it. It was good. The other thing, I think the funny thing about Halloween is he likes all the Halloween music. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where I'm like, yeah. So the like Halloween version of Baby Shark, or the Halloween version of, there's one that's like, knock, knock, trick or treat. Who are you? I'm a ghost. I'm a little ghost.
Okay.
So he still is into it. So like last night he was like, he comes up, he goes, Mommy, Daddy, sing, song. And then we go, what song? And he goes, Baby Ghost. Or he'll go, Sharky Ghost. Or Monsters on the Bed. So, which is like 5 little monsters jumping on a bed.
Aww.
So that's fun. Like, I was like, because I love Halloween. So the fact that he's all into the Halloween music, I'm like, yeah,
okay,
you just skip Christmas, buddy. We'll just skip right over it.
You can't skip Christmas to get to Halloween. It's like 10 months later.
We can live in perpetual
That's like
Halloween.
saying I'm going to skip Easter so I can get back to Christmas. Like, no, there's like 4 months of emptiness, and then several holidays, and then we get to do this again.
I just fill it with Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm okay with that.
I know.
Actually, I don't like that movie, but
you don't like Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't.
What is wrong with you? You are not a human being.
I haven't seen it in a few years, so maybe I'll try it again this year, but I just am not a Nightmare Before. Again, it's celebrating Halloween and dismissing Christmas. So I'm sorry, that's not my brand.
No, it's saying that each holiday is unique and special, and you should love who you are and what you represent. Jack Skellington should love Halloween, and he does.
No, it's saying that you should be scary all the time.
Yeah, because Jack Skellington's awesome. But then Santa Claus is like, yo, you were a dick. You shouldn't have done this. He's like, you're right, Santa Claus. I should be a better person.
So how much candy did you guys get?
We did pretty good.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, this is what I was hoping to talk about with my wife this week. But because they didn't actually go trick-or-treating and Thea didn't actually get any candy, we weren't able to have this discussion.
You did get candy, though, from some people.
I got it from my parent. Like, we got a package from my parents, and I think Mr. Aaron's boss gave her a little bit of candy.
So think about it this way. She really got everything she wanted. She got to be a candy corn witch, and she stole a shit ton of candy at her house. She really wins this situation.
She didn't get that much candy. Like, I remember my Halloweens when I was a kid where I had like 2 giant shopping bags
that will come
full
when she
of
actually
candy.
is out trick-or-treating.
Right, when they're sprinting to house to make sure they optimize their route. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking was I wanted to have the conversation over, do you do tradesies where you trade candy for a toy?
Fuck no.
Really? Because that is what I want to do. Like,
really?
I sincerely do.
My kid doesn't eat candy, so who knows?
I mean, well, so first of all, that's like another good reason for you to want to do that, because like now you get a reward for Halloween. But also, like, I like the idea that, number one, like you're like de-incentivizing eating a bunch of sugar. Like, my kid eats 90% sugar right now, and I got to get that out of her. Which is, of course, like not feeding her sugar, but that's besides the point.
That's a different. Cookies are coming.
Yeah, Christmas is on the horizon. We have 2 months where she's going to be eating nothing but candy. So let's just
and
hold
then,
that
and then
back.
we have New Year's, and then it's winter, and so just candy.
And then, I mean, Christmas comes, and then summer comes, and that's ice cream season. So really, there's
and you got Easter, which is chocolate bunny season.
But like, I really like the idea of like, okay, for every 10 pieces, 15, whatever number of candy that you give me, you get a new toy, and that we can like go to the store or whatever, and because I'm sure there's a store out there that still has toys these days.
Yeah, Target.
Yeah, we can go to Target. I think that's exclusively it, right? Toys R Us is gone.
And Walmart. I mean,
Target.
Yeah.
They're all evil. Target.
Target's right.
I'm sure there's a local,
or like a small toy shop. Go to Brooklyn. Go to the cool toy shops in Brooklyn.
That's easy for you to say.
You get in your car and you drive.
Brooklyn's far, man. It's a Brooklyn. It's like you got to cross 2 rivers to get there.
Yeah, but it's a cool place
and see an ocean. Anyway, I really like that idea. I think it's a fun, and then they get something that's semi-permanent compared to something that's temporary. What do you think of that idea?
I mean, honestly, I think it's fine if that's what you want to do as a parent.
That sounds dismissive. Like, fuck you.
It is. I mean, if that's
fuck you, bougie white boy.
If that's what you want to do. I don't know, man. So here's the thing. There wasn't a ton of candy in my house growing up. Like, we had snacks and sweet stuff, but not like a lot of candy.
Sure.
So Halloween for me was like, that was my time to like get fucking candy. Like,
this is when I made it happen.
Yeah. This is when like, and I mean, I was a fat kid too, so I obliterated that shit because it just was like, that was the time that I got it. But I also really liked that, and because I know myself well enough and like how I buy and what I eat and what food's in our house, that like candy's just not going to be like, candy and cookies just aren't going to be the snack that's in our house. For like, one, I don't think to buy them when I'm at the store. It's just not like on my list of things I keep stocked up.
I only go around the outside of the store.
Is that actually how that works?
Oh my God. Have you never figured that out?
No.
You've never heard. Yes. The healthy stuff is on the outside and the junk food is on the inner ring. The outside of the ring is also more expensive and the inner aisles are the cheap stuff.
Wow. My mind just got blown.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You've never heard this?
No, because I just go around the outside ring.
Oh my God. Yeah. Produce is always more expensive because it's temporary. It rots quickly. Okay. Whereas like the box of candy bars is cheap. And so like it'll stay there. Like I have still seen pumpkin spice Oreos from 2 years ago on the shelves because fuck it. We bought too many. We're going to make this stuff work.
Fair enough. I never buy pumpkin. Like, I mean, listen, occasionally we'll buy like Oreo, Thin Mint Oreos because I like them, or like ginger snaps. But like I buy pretzels and I buy chips because he likes them. But I just don't, like, it's just not something I have in the house. My wife doesn't eat a ton of candy.
You don't have gummy snacks?
No.
How do you not have? See, this is why your son doesn't eat food, because you don't give him the good kid stuff.
No, he eats food. He just doesn't eat.
He eats packs, right? He's still on the packs.
Oh, he loves the pack. Actually, he's starting to come off of them a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
It is, except he doesn't want to replace it with anything.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah. So he eats. It's like he likes yogurt, applesauce. Applesauce is a big one.
Sure.
And like he still likes 1 or 2 different types of packs and apples.
Huh.
And then French fries, chicken nuggets, and pizza rolls.
Well, that's not food. That doesn't count. That's just.
It is when that's what you give him to eat. You know, you're like, yeah, you can have chicken nuggets.
I hear you. We've been eating way too much junk around here too because of scheduling issues.
So he'll also eat like granola, like they're not granola, but like the fruit bars, stuff like that. He eats those. So he's getting into more normal just kids food.
Yeah.
But no, he's still like, at the end of the day, like if a pack is what he's going to eat, I'll let him eat it because that's his sweet. It's probably better than candy.
So did you guys get to do any like group Halloween activity type of stuff while you were hanging out with the friends?
No, really. We just did trick or treating and then like had dinner. The more the group stuff was, I think, was happened at school.
That's the thing I keep thinking about is I would really like to get like a group of like 5 or 6 kids together to go trick or treating next year. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure if we'll have enough friends or people with kids to do that. Like, I have an idea of how I could make it happen.
Yeah.
But like, I would really like to see that group where we can go like to a house to a house to a house and just like go up and down the
That's
street.
what we did with
them.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that was pretty much because again they have that group that they go with, so it worked out, which is why we went there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's fun. It helps the younger kids know what's going on. You know, the thing that I actually loved doing that we did this year is we went to, so Sarah has some friend coworkers that do a Halloween party every year that have a house out in Wayne.
Okay.
Who are our age, but don't have kids. So we go there, we do a themed costume. We usually theme our Halloween costumes around what he wants to be. So like this year was Baby Shark. So we dressed up as characters from Jaws.
Oh, cool.
And he carried his shark around. So he was Baby Shark with a baby shark.
Yeah.
And we go out to their house for a Halloween party. And I love that. I just like, it's pretty like there's people break off into sections. There's like us with our kid and like the one other people with kids. And then there's the non-kid people and the people who are floating. But for me, that's the fun thing. Cause then it's like, you're getting dressed up. It's not trick-or-treating. Like as he gets older, it just means he gets to be in his costume one night earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. We just don't have the space for it. But I also love getting dressed up. So
let's look forward a little bit. Next year is going to be another Halloween. I know that's a radical idea.
Every year.
We have a year to plan this one though. Last year I dropped the ball. I didn't fucking think about this until like the month before. And when you have a little kid, you got to think about this well in advance if you want to have a cool costume because you don't have time to design. What are your plans for next year? Not like what is your actual costume plans?
Oh,
but
that's
like
we already think about that stuff.
Oh my God, you already have that stuff in mind?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Because we do theme Halloween costumes.
See, and I want to, but we're not forward thinking enough about that. And also, how are you going to do that when you just said that you let Miles pick his costume?
Well, I have ideas of what I might want to try.
Oh, and then you're going to coach him towards those ideas?
No, because Baby Shark,
Miles, don't you love Superman? Don't you want Daddy to be Superman? Don't you want to? Don't you want to be Crypto?
No, he would be Superman. I would be something different. Let's be clear.
You would be Brainy. Would you be Doomsday?
Oh, I would do whatever he wants. I do whatever he wanted me to do. You know what? I actually think it would be fun if I could get him to do. It probably won't, we have one more year, we kind of get to pick it. So like. He loved Baby Shark. That's why we did it. And we got him excited about it. But if we have like one more year, we can kind of like steer the Halloween costume. What I actually want to do is Doctor Who's because now there's a woman Doctor Who.
Oh, cool.
So you could do like Doctor Who, and then making the Doctor Who with the big scarf and the hat. I think that would be fucking great.
That would be fun.
Oh yeah. We started thinking about costumes.
The big scarf. Are you talking about the original Doctor Who?
No, he's not the original. He's the other most popular. So there was David Tennant's. There was this guy, David Tennant, Matt Smith. They're the 3 longest running Doctors.
I tried watching the original and it was really, really good. And then I started watching the new ones and I was like, this is really, really dumb.
I love the new ones. So that's what I want. I think that'd be fun. It probably won't. He'll probably be something totally different than that. And Sarah and I will shape our costumes around that.
Cool.
That's normally what we do. Is we shape our costumes around.
Can I tell you that when you started talking about Doctor Who, my head went straight to Dr. Seuss and the Who's. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of fun.
I would do that too. Listen, I'm all about family costumes.
So the thing when I'm thinking about next year and what I'd like to do for Halloween is I would like, for one, I want to actually make the costume, like come up with a fun original costume. Like I'm not saying like I'm going to sew it all together, but like piece things together and like create something fun. And like I wouldn't mind doing Charlie Brown and like dress Thea up as Snoopy. Like something where like we can all do something fun together.
Why don't you be Snoopy?
Oh, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, because I already have the shirt. It's cheaper.
That's weak sauce, dude. That's weak sauce.
I am not a Halloween person. I'm trying really hard. Like I want this to be something that's fun for her. And so like part of my plan is I want to just coach myself into being excited about it so I can be excited about it for her. but I am so not. I'm not a dress up person. I'm not a costume person, especially because once you dress up, people expect you to kind of act like the person. And I'm not an actor. I don't want to like.
That's not true anymore.
Let me get my ha-ha. Like, ugh.
Nah, that's not true anymore. You're thinking too back to college. You're past that now. Now it's just dress up for your kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, but your kid's going to, well,
yeah, if your kid expects you to, listen, you do it.
You do it and you do it well.
Exactly. Other adults will just be like, oh yeah, good costume.
I'd also like to stick around the neighborhood, I think, and try and find some neighborhood kids to trick or treat with. Not that I don't love our other friends, but I don't know. Like, it'd be nice to know that there are friends Thea can see around here and start developing those relationships.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll probably do whatever. Like, if that's here, we could do that. We also just I like going up there.
It's a gorgeous area. Yeah. I like.
So,
obviously, I like the people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't go this year for obvious reasons.
Well, we didn't. We weren't going to go there until the very last minute. Because we thought stuff was going on. We're like, okay, fine. We were just going to kind of do that. We're just going to go around here, try to figure out where in Lyndhurst to go, or maybe North Arlington. Montclair was the other place to suggest. And then kind of last minute, it all came together, and we're like, all right, well, we'll go up there. The thing that I think for us playing Halloween is trying to figure out how we can be more efficient with our time, because it's just hard. Like, when you work in the city, you don't know what your schedule is going to be. Like, even Sarah had that problem of trying to get off work early because she always has a big event right before Halloween. So, I don't know. I just have fun with it. I had a lot of fun with Halloween. I'm glad that he liked it so much. I'm still waiting for the year that he doesn't like it.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully that's not this year.
It wasn't, because he loved it.
Hopefully that's not next year either. All right. So with that, let's move into our usually scheduled programming. We don't have any emails this week, so if you have any thoughts about our Fantabulous Fright Fest series, whether you liked it, whether you didn't, please share those with us. You can reach us at emails@twodumbdads.com. That's emails at the number 2dumbdads.com. But that brings us to everybody's favorite segment, Nick's Baktastic Ballyhoo. Nick, what are you making?
I made some oatmeal rolls.
Fantastic. Let's move. Sorry, go ahead.
These are for Thanksgiving preps, friend. They were really good. I'm also making for football Sunday, because my wife is gone. She's going to be mad about this. I'm making bread bowls for your wife's potato soup.
We're making potato soup?
I guess so.
I hope we're making potato soup.
I started the bread bowls.
I better let Erin know that she's making potato soup.
She's the one that told me we'll make it this weekend.
She didn't tell me she was making potato soup.
Because we talk about things without you knowing. We have our own relationship, Chris.
Well, that's not allowed.
I know. Anyway, so I've started making bread bowls.
So this is from a different episode. This is from a different series. So I'm not going to make the sexist joke after all. I was going to make some terribly... Guys, listen to the Frat House Massacre episode of Fantabulous Fright Fest for this next sexist joke to make sense. Well, maybe it's just because she's a tool for you to make your story progress.
It's true.
Please don't hate me. I don't. You can reach me at emails@twodumbdads.com for your hate emails. I completely understand.
So I'm making bread bowls, which I specifically made a recipe for your wife's potato soup. I've been experimenting with it for this day.
What kind of bread is it?
It's a sourdough.
Sourdough?
It's a white sourdough.
That's a thing. That's how they do it.
It's a white sourdough with a dark rye flour starter and white rye flour starter. So it's a nice, fluffy, thick bread to hold the soup.
Okay, cool.
And then also I'm making Kaiser rolls and more Thanksgiving prep.
Awesome. Sounds like fun. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to recommendations. I don't have anything off the top of my head, so I want to make you go first so I can think of something.
So I have two recommendations. One is we've been doing a meal kit thing where they send you the meal, which my wife was like, let's try it, because she got a couple free ones from a coworker. It's been really nice, actually.
Oh, okay.
I like cooking, but the fact that I don't have to go to the store and I have everything there ready to cook has been really helpful, especially in this last 2 weeks it's gone with Miles. So if you've ever been on the fence about trying one, there's a lot of different catering ones. We do one that's vegan because that's what her coworker eats, so that's what we got. And it's been a nice change of just getting out of the funk of making, I don't know about you, but I tend to make I go in a rotation of the same things because they're fast, they're easy, I know how to make them. So this got me out of that, and it's been nice. My other recommendation is go vote next week. Regardless of what you believe, just go vote. Please vote.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. they're vote. Just vote.
Just vote.
I mean, I feel like this is one of those things that you shouldn't have to make a grand political statement about. Like voting is just good, regardless of what your beliefs are.
But our age group doesn't vote, so go vote.
I mean, our age group, nobody votes except for the people who are a little bit older,
which we're gonna become because we're voting.
No, what are you talking about? I'm gonna be young forever.
No, you're already 70 years old. If there's anyone in this relationship that's trying to be young, it's me.
That was was me preparing my little recommendation that I vote. My recommendation. This is actually something I found this morning that is going to eventually ruin my life. So I'm going to recommend this, but in all reality, I probably am recommending you never show this to your children.
Oh, I probably already have.
I'm going to call it a series, but it's a thing on Netflix called Little Baby Bum Nursery Rhyme Friends.
I want no part of that. Part of that.
It is like it will ruin your life, Nick, because Miles will be obsessed with it.
Yeah, I already got Baby Shark.
Like Nick has mentioned on the show numerous times his super silly sing-alongs. This is basically super silly sing-alongs. It is little tiny nursery rhymes, children's songs that have a little cartoon video to coincide with them.
No.
Look, it is like it will be stuck in your head. It will be stuck in your kid's head, but they'll love it. The kids will absolutely adore listening to these things. They'll have fun with it. It'll be a joyous occasion. But just know that it'll probably make your life miserable. If you got to poop on the couch, though, it's that. Let's
poop
take
on
that.
The couch?
I mean, where do you poop when you have a kid around? I just plop right down there.
You got those adult Depends?
I got those kids. I got that adult training potty. This
episode has jumped the shark so far. It's just like a.
No, I mean, look, when you got to go and you have a kid around and you just don't quite trust them not to stick their finger in the computer, you got to just poop where you got to poop. And I poop on the couch.
I hope Aaron knows.
So when you have to poop and you need about 20 minutes of your kids staying on the couch, it seems like these episodes are about 20, 30 minutes long. So you can toss that on, poop with the door open, and have plenty of security knowing that kid is going to be zoned out. So anyway, that's my recommendation.
Poop story. I took a poop the other day with Miles, and he came in, and he's like, Daddy. I was like, I'm pooping, Miles. And then all of a sudden I heard him leave, and I got done. I went up to try to find him, and I couldn't find him because he was upstairs in my bedroom. I was like, you sneaky son of a gun.
Poop story. When I was home with Thea, and like I poop a lot, just for the record, I poop a lot. When I was home with Thea alone a couple times, like I would just like, all right, Thea, I guess you're going to go to the bathroom with me and I'm going to poop in front of you. We're making this choice in life. And now whenever we go to the bathroom and Thea's on the potty, she points to the big potty and goes, Daddy, your turn. And so she wants us to poop together. And I'll be honest, done it a couple times.
That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
So with that,
Father of the Year, friend. Father of the Year.
You can find me at Chris Mossigan on Twitter and at Rampant55 on Twitch.
Sorry, I'm still just...
You can find us at our Facebook group, Two Dumb Dads, on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at 2_dumb_dads.
You can find me at nwestermeyer on Twitter and at nwestermeyer on Instagram. I'm still just reeling from Chris's poop stories.
You can find us at our website, twodumbdads.com. Remember that if you are interested in watching the Frat House Massacre, we're going to have that movie up on the website for hopefully another week or so. So I would definitely recommend getting that viewing experience in before it comes down. After that, I don't honestly know where you can find it.
You might order it on Amazon.
So you might be able to find a disc for, whatever on Amazon.
I think it's on video on demand on Amazon too.
Is it really? Oh, cool.
It's a big enough deal. I can do those.
Either way, if you want to watch it for free, it's still on our website. And then you can listen to our episode and really embrace the ridiculous discussion we have about it.
Truth.
But until next time, be well.